it's Michelle, and welcome back to the Royal Daily Tea. So I want to thank everyone who informed me about essential oils. Some of the oils apparently are very dangerous to pets. And of course, I certainly do not want to hurt my little boy, Romeo. So thank you guys for your concern and for educating me, as I was not aware that some of these oils could be dangerous for pets. So I will definitely keep that in mind. Now, in regards to the King Charles story, where he donated 250 million pounds of his profit back into the UK Treasury, you guys felt very strongly about that. I know Bookworm apparently did a video on it. Now, I cited a very reputable source. I have a link to the article where I got my information. I will leave that for you in the description. They explain it far better than I ever could. To be honest, the royal finances is a little bit above my station. It's a very confusing matter. In regards to the inheritance tax, again, you guys ripped into me. You guys have felt very strongly about it. And I have to say, I am not one who believes in inheritance tax for normal working class people. Now, in regards to the royal family, I was not aware of the amount of tax that they pay. Apparently, they do pay quite a bit of taxes on their personal properties. Now, I know the money that they get through the sovereign grant is money from the government to pay for their security and, of course, the upkeeping of the palaces and their staff. Now, in regards to their personal income, the inheritance they received from the Queen, I don't have any thoughts about that, if he pays tax or doesn't pay tax. So thank you guys once again for educating me on that. Again, the whole thing is a little bit confusing, but I will leave a link for you for the article source so you can go and check it out for yourself. But we have a lot of juicy royalty to get through today, so sit back and relax, grab yourself a beverage, and let's get into the Royal Daily Tea. So it looks like one of my royal family predictions for 2023 has come true. Princess Eugenie and her husband Jack Brooksbank have just announced they are expecting baby number 2. Now, their baby is due sometime this summer, making their son August, who turns 2 in February, a big brother. Now, Princess Eugenie shared the news via her Instagram account, sharing a very special portrait of her son cradling her belly bump, and it says, quote, "We're so excited to share that there will be a new addition to our family this summer." Now, this is going to be the very first great-grandchild for Her Majesty the Queen, born after her passing. But this is such happy news. Royal babies are such blessings. And I think we all can agree that we can enjoy some happy news. Now, Sarah Ferguson, the Duchess of York, the grandmother herself, also went to her Instagram account to share the happy news. And here she has an adorable photo of little August in a raincoat playing in puddles. And the caption says, "You will be sharing puddles, Augie. Superb news, Granny Heaven. So deeply grateful." This is awesome news. I'm excited for Princess Eugenie and her husband, but I still have some hope, guys. We're going to have another royal pregnancy. I really do think that Princess Beatrice could very well announce a second pregnancy sometime this year, perhaps in the fall. So let's all keep our fingers crossed that we'll have another royal pregnancy. And of course, we would love nothing more than Kate and William to announce a fourth pregnancy. But again, I don't think that's going to happen. But you know what? We can keep our fingers crossed. Now, Princess Eugenie just appeared at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland last week, where she talked about one of her parenting priorities is teaching her son about climate change. She said, quote, "My son's going to be an activist from 2 years old, which is in a couple of days. So he is everything. He is for them," Eugenie said. I talked to Peter Thompson, the UN Special Envoy for Oceans, and all he says to me is that I do this for my grandchildren, and that's the same, she continued. Every decision we now make has to be for Weather August, what he's going to be able to look at and do, and how he's going to live his life. Now, Eugenie went on to say that since becoming a parent, her viewpoint of the world and of climate change has definitely changed, and she is working toward a plastic-free home. But of course, it is a battle when you have a toddler, but she's trying to instill these positive habits in her son, August. Now, Princess Eugenie is now a climate activist, much like her uncle, King Charles, and her cousins, Prince William and Prince Harry, but she says she tries to see the world with half-glass full eyes versus the gloom and doom that we're constantly surrounding with. But it sounds like she has a great message, and she's trying to make some positive strides toward the environment. So Prince Harry's book is being slammed for breaking cardinal rules of reputation management. Now, according to a PR expert by the name of Edward Corrin James, he says that Prince Harry's book was written poorly and has broken some of the cardinal rules of reputation management. He said, quote, half of the battle with reputation management is to make sure that your actions meet your words. This is all about perception and how people perceive you. Ultimately, Harry may very well be sincere when he says that he wishes for a reconciliation with his family, but by saying this while continuing to throw punches against them, he risks appearing insincere. And if you appear insincere, one major thing, you often reduce your credibility in all things that you say. He also criticizes the royal family for allegedly leaking private stories about him to the press. However, his reaction to this has been to air all of the family laundry in the most public manner possible. By creating such a clear distinction between their words and their actions, many have called them out for hypocrisy. So, of course, many people are calling out Harry for being a hypocrite and for backtracking on his allegations that he's made against the royal family and the British press. Again, he looks very unsincere, and now his credibility is in the toilet. Can we say royal flush? Harry is experiencing a royal flush of his integrity. People are now perceiving him to be a whiny baby who points fingers, makes grand accusations, and has zero proof to back it up. And now him and his wife have backtracked on the racist allegations they have made toward the royal family, acting like we're all dumb and we didn't hear what they were implying. So now it makes people see them as insincere hypocrites. So people do not want to align yourself with someone who's not honest. If you don't have your word, if you don't have integrity, if people don't perceive you in a positive light, it doesn't matter how many millions of dollars you made, because you're probably not going to make any more. Now, I told you in my last video, NBC, CBS are possibly thinking to hire Prince Harry to be a royal commentator during his father's coronation. But again, that is such a royal joke and embarrassment that you're reduced to a TV star. You're a laughing stock. You're not even part of the royal fold anymore. You've become a meme. People are taking jabs and they're making fun of him. And a lot of people who were siding with the Sussexes are now very silent. And silence speaks volumes when you don't hear anyone besides Tyler Perry and Oprah singing the praises of Meghan and Harry. Let's not forget, loose lips sink ships. And in Hollywood, people do not want their private business on display. And in my opinion, Harry has stepped in it with Courtney Cox. He literally outed her in the book and told people, oh, I got psychedelics at Courtney's house. I mean, whether he got permission to put that in his book, we don't know. But I'm sure she wasn't pleased. And he did mention a couple of other people. Again, in Hollywood, people are very, very private. The Obamas, people of that ilk, don't like people who run their mouth. He's an embarrassment. People are talking about his Todger. You know, it's embarrassing. We know way more about his Todger than we ever wanted to know. He has no credibility. He has no proof. Basically, all him and his wife have done for almost 3 years is whine and complain and line their pockets with money. So he is correct. This PR person is correct that Harry and Meghan have definitely stepped in it and have made themselves into royal fools. Now, of course, there has been some controversy in the actual numbers that his book Spare has sold. People are saying he actually sold 467, 183 copies in the first week, not the 1.4 million. And apparently he's already been knocked off the shelves in Australia by a kid's book. So I don't think that book is going to remain a bestseller for long because their credibility has become a joke. Now, according to a source close to Meghan and the Daily Mail, Meghan Markle thinks that Prince Harry's book, Spare, could possibly win him a Grammy Award, much like President Obama. Of course, we all know how much Meghan likes to be President Obama, riding his coattails, him and Nelson Mandela. She has a very weird obsession and fixation with constantly copying the Obamas and Nelson Mandela. Now, Meghan believes Harry is a shoo-in to win a Grammy Award for his best spoken word of his memoir, Spare. He's a natural storyteller and has a soothing voice and even sings on the audio. Well, let me tell y'all, it is not a great voice. I did listen to the entire book on audio. Now, I will say he sounded a lot better than he normally does, and that's probably thanks to the production team who worked miracles to make him understandable, because the man sounds like he has a piece of bread in his mouth. Like 90% of the time, I cannot understand him. Seriously. That's how he talks. I'm not even kidding. So I have to give praise and thanks to the audio technicians who made the man understandable. But let's be honest, he is not a singer just because he sang a verse from Elton John's song. Y'all, he is not up there with Obama and the other Grammy Award-winning artists. There's a weird obsession with awards with Meghan. It's like the adult versions of tiaras and toddlers, but with fake awards. Harry and Meghan just got their fake Ripple of Hope award where they were fighting against the institutional racism of the British royal family. And now they're saying they're not racist, that we all misheard it. But y'all just picked up an award literally last month. But now Harry is gunning for a Grammy, and considering the fact that Meghan Markle won a People's Choice Award for her Archetype podcast, anything is possible in this weird effed up timeline that we're living in. I swear, can somebody call Marty McFly? Get to the DeLorean and please get us out of this effed up timeline, because I can't take it anymore. Well, that's all the royal news that I have for you today. Short and sweet and to the point. What do you guys think about the topics that we covered today? Leave me your comments, guys, down below. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. Please be sure to check me out on all of my other social media accounts, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye, guys.